Hey you guys, I'm Kimberly K and welcome to Fantastic Creations, and let me welcome all my Fantastics to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. And if you are not a subscriber of my channel, then go ahead and hit subscribe so you can become a Fantastic on my channel. I will greatly appreciate it, you guys. And let me just give you guys a little bit about me for all my new subscribers. Once again, my name is Kimberly K. I am a mother of 6. I have 5 children that is at the age of 11 and under. I have a 21-year-old adult child, and I am happily married, and I've been with my husband for over 15 years, and we reside in the Michigan area. Okay, so that's a little bit about me. Tell me a little bit about yourselves down in the comments if you're new to my channel. Just introduce yourself so I can know that you stopped by and say hey, and you know, all that good stuff. I will greatly appreciate it, you guys. A little bit about my channel. This is a multi-channel. You will find all types of content on my channel as far as home decorating, home tours, grocery hauls, bath and body work hauls, clothing try on, review videos, motivational speeches. I mean, just all kinds of things. News topic. I also sometimes post little funny videos, like little funny stuff of like other people video. I'll post that on my channel as well. So this is a variety channel. So if you want like a variety of things to look at, this is the channel where you need to be. This is where you need to be. So I'm sure you saw the topic of my video, and we're going to go ahead and get into that. But before we actually get into talking about homeschooling and online schooling, I want to give you guys a little bit of history of what was going on with my children before the pandemic hit and before everybody was staying at home and we were trying to do this schooling from home, okay? So my 11-year-old daughter always did online schooling, and she's still doing online schooling. The school that she attends is really a good setup. It's really a good setup. They process is very easy, and everything, it goes real smoothly with this particular school. It's like everything is just in order. It's like get on, get your work done. It is great, really great. Hold on, you guys. Sadia, I'm talking. So it is really great, you guys. So then I had 2 of my children that was going out. My 2 boys was going out to school. I had my 5-year-old daughter who was going out to, out to school. They were going to school, actually, attending school. Then I had my 4-year-old baby who was at home, but the teacher was coming in teaching him. So everything at my house before the pandemic hit was working really smoothly, okay? Then the pandemic hit, okay, and school started up, and I thought everything was going to go smoothly. I'm like, okay, the children is going to go to school online. It's going to be simple. We went and picked up the laptops, trying to get the kids on, and it's been a process, you guys. It has been a process. It has been a true process, okay? So let me tell you a little bit about how the process. So let me tell you guys a little bit of how the process is going. The process for me is not going well. I have been reaching out to teachers and things, and it's just been frustrating and have me thinking like, girl, you don't know what you're doing? Are you stupid? Are you lost? That's how I just feel like in your mind. It just seems like you should just have this down pat, like you should just get this. So when the kids get the laptops, most sites that they're going on is like Clever, Zoology, Class Kick, and things like that. And they're going on these sites, and you're trying to get them to complete work and do work, and it's just been a process. I have reached out to the teachers many times. I even had one teacher where we were on the phone for almost 2 hours, and she couldn't even get it. So I'm like, okay, you the teacher, and if you can't get it, don't expect me to be able to get it, because I can't get it. It was basically trying to get my child logged in and actually completing makeup work, because he has been missing days, one of my children. So it's just been a process. So before all this, my children are children that goes to school every day. My children rarely miss a day out of school. Maybe if they sick during like the winter times, when it's like flu season and they get colds and things like that, they might miss a day. My children don't miss days out of school. My child has already missed just about 3 weeks out of school, because school has been in 3 weeks, and we can't get them logged in. And it's just ridiculous. And then trying to reach out to the teachers, they're reaching out to you, but not like they're supposed to reach out to you. Is that type of situation, okay? And they're like, email this person, call this person, but you're still not getting the help that you need. So in this process of doing this, my 5-year-old daughter is doing work online too. She goes to a different school, so it's like, once again, I have my daughter that's online. She goes to a different school from all the other children, okay? Then I have my two boys who go to the same school, and those are the two children I'm having issues with as far as getting them online with what the school got going on. Okay, then I have my 5-year-old daughter. She goes to a different school of her own, and her process was a little shaky at first, but it started to get smoothly. She has been doing her work and going to her live class sessions and things like that, so that is good. My 4-year-old baby, we don't have a teacher coming in right now just due to what's going on, so I have been teaching him every morning. I'll do like about 2 hours with him, anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours. And right now I'm teaching him things, a lot of things he knows. I see that he didn't know all his shapes, and so now we're working on learning all your shapes and start words. Now I'm starting him with 2-letter words, and he knows all his colors and numbers, but I'm just working with him with different things. So for him, this is a tip of what you can do if you have a child that is in preschool, because I noticed in Michigan, I don't know about other places, but in Michigan, they're not offering a lot of preschool online learning for preschoolers or pre-kindergarten. So what you can do is you can go on YouTube or any other site and look up preschool work and see what are they teaching these preschoolers, this time, like what are they learning, what are they teaching goals, what do they teach them, and just look up different work, and you can print out worksheets, and you can do stuff that's on YouTube. You have people that's teaching preschool on YouTube. You have stuff that's already set up actually on YouTube, like classes, and that's what I've been doing with my 4-year-old, because I don't want him to miss out, because all my children do start, well, he started school very early. By 2 years old, we had a teacher coming in and was teaching him, so he started school pretty early, but most of my children do start school at 4 years old, because they go to whatever you want to say, preschool or pre-kindergarten. Okay, so that is something I'm doing with him. So let's go back again, then we're going to get back to the two boys. So once again, my 11-year-old daughter does school online. Hers is going smoothly. My 5-year-old daughter, hers is going somewhat, is getting there. My 4-year-old, I'm teaching. So now we go to my two boys, my 8-year-old and my 9-year-old. That is where I'm having a problem. The problem is they attend a public school. Well, they don't attend the school, but that's what they were doing before they were attending the school. And the school done set up to do these classes online, and it's been a process. It's been a roller coaster, and I have been so frustrated. I have been so irritated. Every day I'm just snapping, and I'm just like cranky and irritated. Just the school stuff just really is just getting to me. So I have been so frustrated and trying to reach out, trying to get help, trying to log on, trying to see where they need to go to complete classes. I said, you know what, this is not going to work. I'm going to register them into my daughter's school, because once again, my school that my 11-year-old daughter goes smoothly. Okay, everything is in order. It's easy to get on there. That's a good school. Everything in order. So I, went through the process of admissions, and they're on a wait list because so many people are trying to get into the school because of what's going on. So I'm like, okay, they was like, well, the wait list, you can be on there anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks. We're just going to say a month that you might be on the wait list. And I said, okay. So until they get accepted into that school, or, get off the wait list and the school is ready to get them started, I decided I was going to homeschool them. Now, homeschooling can be tricky because you want to read up, because you don't want to get into no trouble where the law is saying you kept your children out of school. So you have to be real educated on homeschooling your child yourself, especially if you're not a licensed teacher. Okay, so you want to be real educated on that. So I looked up the Michigan law for homeschooling, and it basically was saying, like, I didn't have to really notify anyone if you want to homeschool your child. This is Michigan. I can't tell you about other places, just Michigan, or just giving you the information I read up on. Okay, and you have to make sure you do all the subjects that they require, which was, I can't remember all of them. I have the list. I can't remember, but most of them was math, English. What was it? I think I do got the list. Okay, yes. It was, you have to make sure they're doing some type of spelling, English, math, science, and history. It didn't say anything about social studies. That was the one I was like, oh, they ain't got to do. But I still added social studies for my children. But I'm going to tell you about that in a minute as well. So that's what they were saying that you need to make sure you do as a parent. Michigan requires like six hours, I believe, to 6 hours to 6.5 hours. But if you can put the assignments in, that would count for the hours. For example, if your child only does 2 hours of math, but then you go in the kitchen and you cook, and your child come in and they helping you cook, and you guys maybe is cutting up vegetables, adding vegetables, and they can practice their times tables or division or whatever type of math they're on, then that can count as points of, or time of your child learning. So I decided to homeschool my two boys for right now, homeschooling myself because I am at home. And I was like, you know what, I can still work from home and homeschool them, because the times that they're actually doing that time out work to their self, then I can go do what I need to do. Then I can stop and come back and help them. So it's like a real more better process for me and for my boys, because it's just been so hard. And like I said, they've been missing school, and I don't want them to keep missing days out of school. So if you're going to do this, before you get all overwhelmed and you're just doing stuff and you're just all over the place, you have to have a plan to do it. So I have a plan to do mine. So my son, I did his plan. So both of them. So 7 a.m. that's when I wake them up. At 7 a.m. that's when they get up, make their bed, brush their teeth, come down, do a quick breakfast. Like today they did toast, yogurt, and orange juice. Get something on your stomach. And then by 7:50 we're doing bell work. Bell work for me will always consist of spelling, because that's one of the requirements in Michigan. You have to be teaching the kids some type of spelling. So bell work will always consist of spelling. So then we had at 8:30 we're going to do writing and English. We put writing and English together because you're learning your English assignment, but then you also doing writing. So we did English and writing together. So by 9:30 we do math, and math is they sit and they have math books, and I just let them go ahead and do the math books that the school gave them. The school gave them a really good sized math book, so they're doing math pages from that math book, and that is really great that they have some of these books that they can use. So then by 10:30 we are doing science and reading, because they have to have some type of reading and they have to have science. So they're doing science and reading. By 11:30 they're doing lunch. By 12:30 they're doing social studies and history together, because sometimes social studies and history can be together. It depends on what you're learning. Even though the Michigan law did not require social studies, I wanted my kids to do social studies. So they're doing social studies and history together. And then by 1:30, you guys, they do end of the day work. So this is something like one of my sons did today, is practicing cursive writing. So it could be a page like that, and that works well. But you just really have to have a schedule if you're going to homeschool your child. If you're going to homeschool your child, make sure you be patient. Also, make sure you kind of look up some stuff that you haven't did in a long time. Like if you haven't did division in a long time, you haven't did algebra in a long time, and your children is on that, you might want to get a little practice in yourself. Like go onto the internet, go ahead and look at some take some practice tests and practice. And if you need some more help, then get some more help, just so you can make sure you're giving your child good education by teaching them yourself, especially if you're not a teacher. You want to make sure you're teaching them and they're learning. You don't want them just doing all type of work but they're not learning anything. You want to make sure they're learning, and you want to make sure when they're doing the work, you are actually able to check the work to make sure the work is correct and done properly. You need to know that information. So that is the situation with them. I feel like homeschooling is not for everybody, but just like online schooling is not for everybody. People get it mixed up because they call online schooling homeschooling, and it's not the same. That is two different things. There's a difference with online schooling and homeschooling. It's a big difference. It's not the same thing, but like I said, people think it's the same thing. Online schooling, you're going to school online majority of the time. You do have some classes that is not live, but you're going to school online. And even when you're doing work, a lot of work most of your work actually is online. So the majority of your work is done online, and you're dealing with a teacher. Your teacher is teaching your child. When you're homeschooling, you can have a teacher come in and homeschool your child, but that is very, very expensive. I can't get no teacher coming in. You know how much money they're charging just to get a teacher to come in? So that's not going to work. We did that for my youngest child, and it's just not happening this time. It's just not happening this time around, So I have to step in and do what I have to do as a parent, because like I said, my children were missing school. So it's like, do I sit and keep trying to go through the process of this online stuff, and they still keep missing school, and they're not learning anything, and it's already 3 weeks into school and they haven't got anything done? Or do I step in as a parent and as a mother and say, let me turn around and homeschool these kids myself and make sure they're getting work done in their learning? Like right now, my son is doing a essay project that I have him doing about volcanoes, and he's learning a lot. So it's just like things that you can really do, like his science. So for example, what I did for one of my children, two of my children, well, I'm gonna start with one. What I did for one of my children for his science, so we're doing science and reading together. I gave him a book. Oh, it's right here. I gave him a book about volcanoes, and he's been reading the chapter every day. So the first day we started, we've been homeschooling now for 2 days. So the first day he started, he read chapter 1, and he had to write down 5 things he learned, and it had to be key factors. For chapter 2 was the same thing. He had to write down everything he learned for chapter 2, and not just writing. He can't rewrite the story because he's going to do an essay. So he's going to take all these things that he is writing down, and that's how he's going to come up with his essay to write things. But it's been really good, and he's really been into this book, and he really like it. He really like it. So once he's done with this for science, I'm going to start getting him some books about animals, and he's going to start doing some essays on animals, just because he want to be a veterinarian when he grow up. So I want him to get, all the experience and all the learning that he can get about all types of different animals and things, just because that's the field he wants to be in. And I'm going to push them. I'm going to push, and I'm hard, and I've always been hard. When my 21-year-old were still going like elementary school and middle school and things like that, when he used to bring a C home, a C was not good enough. And some people might don't agree with that, but that's me, because I feel like a C is like, you failed, but we're going to go ahead and give you the C just so we can say you passed. He had to bust those A's and B's, okay? And that's how I am with these, with my other children. It's like, you want your child to be great, so you want to push them. I don't want them to think, oh, if I did a half job and I got a C, I'm good. No, you're going to do your best, and you're going to get an A because you can be great. So that's how I'm looking at it. So, you might agree, you might disagree. It is what it is. But this is what works for my children and my household, and this is working for us. So homeschooling was smooth today. By 1:30, he was done. And that's what it was. Like, I had on my list, this is my list, I had on my list at 1:30 the end of the day work. So Monday is going to be the same situation. It's gonna be the same situation of getting up at 7, getting yourself together, getting your schoolwork together, and this is just how we're gonna roll until the other school accepts them. Now, once the other school accepts them, then I'm gonna hand them off to the school, so, but this works for us. So that is just my little journey of what I'm going on as far as my children going to school and homeschooling and going through the process of everything. But like I said, it's going, and it was rough, but you have to make best decisions that is better for you. Like, some kids was getting on and there was no problem. Some people was maneuvering through it very easy, but for me, for some reason, when it came to my boys setup, it's just not working. I'm like, it's just not working. What do I do? I'm asking the teachers. I'm telling them, like, my children have missed 3 weeks of school already. School been in for 3 weeks. They're not learning anything. My children don't miss school. You got some people that let their children miss school. My kids do not miss school. My kids are kids that go to school every day and do not miss school. And I'm not down with the kids missing school. I'm not that parent. So I had to really just figure out what worked best in my household, and that is what works best. And it's crazy because it's like, if anyone don't know, I went to school for childcare. And that was the first thing I went to school for. That was the first thing I graduated for before I went to school for all my many other things I went to school for. And it's like, I kind of felt good getting these assignments and stuff together for the kids and reading up stuff on my own. I had to refresh my memory of some things, because I was like, let me make sure this stuff is done correctly, because I don't want them to be doing the work, and I don't even know if it's right myself. So it's a process, like I said. So you have to be willing to go through the process. But I am really trying to focus on my future and things I want to do. And you guys know that I've been on this daycare process for a good while now, just trying to go through the process, because I was back and forth of, if I really, really want to get into this process. And the reason why I was back and forth is because you got some real bad kids, and you got some kids that will lie on you and be talking about they did this, they did that. And it's just a certain situations. But I am planning on, and I don't know if I want to put my plan on here today, but I'm just going to say it like this. I have some works in the plan where there will be a daycare, and it will be happening sooner than later. And I'm going to leave it right there, okay? And I'm not going to talk about it until the sooner come, okay? So I'm not going to talk about it, but that is what's going on with me. And I'm not going to talk about anything else in this video because this video is focused on homeschooling, and that's what I want to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and end that video, and then I'm going to jump back on and record another video and give you guys a house update of what's going on with me in my household. But other than that, you guys, thank you for watching this video. If you're struggling with this online schooling, sit back. Breathe, baby. Breathe, relax, clear your song. We don't need these negative vibes in our song. Clear your song, clear your space, clear your area, clear your thinking, clear your thought, clear your frame of mind, and just be like, okay, how can I make this work? Because you got to make it work, because your child have to go to school. Law is your child have to go to school, or you're going to be in jail time. You don't want that. So just do what's best for you. Like I said, this homeschooling right now is what's best for me. It might not be best for you because everybody don't have the patience. You have to have the patience because, kids will work your patience. So you have to have the patience, but it was good for me, you guys. So just consider it. If you're having a hard time online, it's okay. We are parents. We are parents. We are mothers. And some of you are fathers. And we are not perfect. It is okay for us to not know. Sometimes you just don't know. You can be great. It's like you good at cooking. Because I know I'm great at cooking, okay? I am excellent at cooking. But it might be that one thing that you just can't get. That's how I am with dressing. Like, I'm excellent at cooking. But when it comes to cooking dressing, stuffing, dressing. Some people call it stuffing, but dressing. I can cook it, and it's good because my family love it. But I have taste people's dressing that tastes way better than mine. And I'm like, I want my dressing to taste like theirs. And I'm doing everything, and I'm doing these recipes, and I'm looking up stuff, and I'm trying to get it together, but it still don't taste like the other person. That's how it is sometimes with this type of situation as far as like online. You might be a person that is phenomenal with computers. You might even know how to do all types of stuff on computers. But then you get to this, and you like, I'm lost. What do they go on? What do I log in? When do I log in? Where they go now? How do I get off this? Or how do I keep this screen open and go over to the next screen and log on that? I'm lost. It's okay. It's okay. It is okay. We are not perfect. We're just parents, okay? And we're not made to be perfect. We were not born to be perfect. Things come hard for everyone. Some people good at things and some people not. So that is the end of my video. Once again, I'm Kimberly K. You already know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to introduce yourself in the comment section. Don't forget to give the video a like. Don't forget also, if you feel generous, you can also share the video. And I'm going to link my other YouTube channels in the description box. So you guys can go ahead and check out my other channels. The other channels, one, The Journey Home. That channel is all about basically home decor, family life, and all that type of stuff. And then also Honey Bunny's Read Along. Y'all know that channel. That's where I just read children's stories. And a new video will be coming up on that channel this weekend. I have a great story to read. So make sure you guys look in the description box. All you got to do is click the links in the description box, and it'll take you right over to those videos. So you ain't got to go type anything in or find anything. Anyway, everyone be blessed. Stay safe. Don't forget to subscribe.